Hey, Dr. Shook here. Hope everyone's having a good holiday season. Today I just wanted to give you all a tip on how to prevent back pain while traveling. Now there are a few things that you can keep in mind if you're traveling over the holidays. You want to consider a few different things. If you're going to fly and you have a heavy carry-on, you might want to consider checking that. And that way you don't have to lift it, tote it to the plane, put it in the overhead. Another thing is you may want to consider carrying a backpack. Backpacks are very good at distributing the weight evenly, and they can allow you to carry a load without having to put your body in a position that can potentially harm your back. And a backpack is a great option, especially if you wear both straps, cinch it up, and then also have a lap belt that allows you to carry most of the weight of the pack on your lower back. Don't rely on the shoulder straps to hold the weight. That's just there to secure the pack, but you don't want to carry the weight on your shoulders. You want the weight of a backpack to ride on your lower back. Therefore, the waist attachment or belt is the ideal thing to have. Knowing how to properly fit a backpack is actually crucial, and that's something you should also keep in mind for your kids. Another thing is if you're going to be riding in a car for a long period of time, stop at a rest stop and get out and actually walk. Rest stops were designed to be large and spacious so that you can park and you can get out and walk. And the reason that that's so important is, well, it will help your back to get out of a position that's just a static, still position, which can cause a lot of pressure on discs, nerves, and cause your muscles to also become stiff and decrease blood flow. So you can get up and you can actually walk and do this. Get out of the car and actually start walking around. And most people just get out and use the restroom and come right back to the car. Don't do that. Actually go and walk, half a mile. You'll be so surprised at how much more awake and alert you are, as well as how much better your back and your muscles and all of your joints feel, because that movement stimulates part of the brain that makes you awake and alert. That's one of the reasons that these rest stops were created and are so much more spacious and large. That it gives you, when they were designed, the designers knew some about the neuroscience of movement, and movement wakes you up. So it wakes you up so you're more alert, you don't get that fatigue, as much of that fatigue on the road. It moves, allows your joints and your spine and back to move, increasing circulation, lubricating the joints with synovial fluid, just getting everything moving, and that will help to decrease your back pain as well. If you have the option and you're driving, you're riding in a car, you want to alternate driver and passenger if you have two people that can drive. This is important because as the driver, you're stuck in a static position where you're more upright. If you can be the passenger, you can actually lay your seat back some, which will take some of the pressure off of the spine and really help you with low back discomfort. Sometimes a back support is helpful to help you maintain the curve in your back, but the thing to keep in mind here is movement, frequent breaks, and do everything that you can. If you have heated seats, you can use the heat, and just do everything that you can to not stay in a static, still position for too long. So those are a few tips to avoid back pain while you're traveling. Now, one other thing that I wanted to mention is something called the golfer's lift. And I've got a picture of it here on my screen. This is a gentleman. He's actually in an industrial environment, but this applies to any environment, whether you're at home lifting a light weight bag, typically under 20 pounds. Some people that's not appropriate for, so every person's different, but absolutely lightweight objects for most people, unless you have a pre-existing spinal condition that would prevent you from doing this, is you pivot. They call it the golfer's lift because if you watch golf, you'll notice that when the golfers pick up their ball, this is the exact position that they use. They pivot at the hip, they kick one leg up and back, and they reach down with the arm. And this allows them to maintain a flat lower back. When you round and you curve the lower back, that causes you to put a lot of pressure on the disc of the spine, and it can cause them to rupture. So this is a very protective thing to take pressure off of the disc. If you're having back pain, this can also be a fantastic way to bend and lift and move. So this is the golfer's lift. You can look it up on Google if you have any more questions, but you just pivot at the hip, bend down, and it's great for picking up lightweight objects. and it can really help to protect your back. This is Dr. Shook. Hope you found this informative. If you need anything, just give us a call at the office. It's 828-324-0800. But again, just hopefully these tips will help you out. You can, if you have any more questions or would like more information, you can go to hickoryspine.com and check us out there. Thank you and happy holidays.